Penance RPG and its affiliate sponsor, D&Dice, makers of dice for all types of heroes, proudly presents Plummet, Falling in the Dark, a Penance RPG adaptation. This bard's tale, as is customary in these parts, may contain strong adult themes, cursing, and high adventure. For now, time turns, the path is open. Let the story commence.
Welcome to episode 22 of Plummet. Who are you? What are you? And since it is Marching Music Day, what is your favourite music to march to? Starting with AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ. I play Igneous the Geomancer, and favourite music to march to. See, I'm split here. I could either go with... No, you know what? I'll give you my runner-up and then I'll tell you what to go with. So I was going to say the marching music from that one bit in Final Fantasy VII where you have to pretend to be a soldier and kind of march through in a parade and stuff, and it's all very comedic and everything. But I'll probably just go with the Imperial March from Star Wars because I'm a big old nerd like that.
Fair enough. Squid?
Hey, I'm Squid. I am playing Kursk. Music to march to, probably anything that masked pipes and drums at the Tattoo in Edinburgh, I think. I've been lucky enough to go there a couple of times, and it's pretty amazing to see in live. Gets the blood going.
Fair enough. Lenida?
Hello, it's Stu Nicola Nin, or Stunnin for short. The human skirmisher. Female skirmisher, that is. And then my favorite music to march to is probably Rats by Ghost. I actually made a walking list just to have songs with the right tempo to walk to work to. And that wasn't my first choice. It's a perfect tempo to have a quick walk to work to. So yeah, so it's sort of marching, but so far I got 4 songs on it. But I've never listened to it right now though.
Okay. And finally Ash.
Hello, I play Whispers in the Gloaming, Tabaxi Shadow Walker, and my favourite music to march to, at the moment anyway, is the Stick song from Hey Duggy.
Fair enough. There's no John this week because Jasper is still running from a dragon for all we know, even though the dragon's dead. There's no Bellery this week because he's still not feeling great. And there's no Amy because she's away in Italy being engaged to by her boyfriend.
Congrats, Amy.
So, now we've got all the announcements out of the way. What happened last week? So, Dragon, if you please.
Following a narrow escape with a crocodile, the party were related to see reinforcements in the form of Igneous and a dragonborn called Kursk. Facing a small ravine between these fresh followers and themselves, a rope pulley system was quickly arranged to allow for safe passage, with Frankie continuing to incur the wrath of the crocodiles by threatening them with further fireballs. The reunion was short-lived, as the sound of screaming came from up ahead, and the party raced on to find that the convoy they had been following had broken a second bridge, and both the prisoner's cage and the corpse wagon were sinking into the deep mire of the swamp. It appeared that the Ettingards were focusing all their strength to haul the first of these from the marsh, with crocodiles and other unsavoury beasts being drawn ever closer by the scent of the recent dead upon the meat wagon. Kursk broke ranks and charged towards the stranded cart. Assuming the Dragonborn knew what he was doing, the rest of the party remained where they were, taking pot shots at the approaching crocodiles. It seemed Frankie's aim was a little askew as he hurled a fireball directly into the meat wagon, setting it ablaze and filling the swamp with the scent of cooking flesh. Kursk, however, did not notice in time, and the hapless Dragon King tumbled onto the flaming wagon, setting himself alight. Not to be outdone by Frankie's mishaps, Igneous sent a stray arrow directly towards the flailing Kursk, slicing his leg clean from his body, spraying fresh blood all around, and attracting the attention of several large crocodiles. Deciding it best to hide at this point, the entire party submerged themselves back into the undergrowth, with some hiding better than others. It was at this point that the Ettins finally managed to haul the prison cart free of the swamp, but alas, the scent of cooking corpses and fresh blood had drawn beasts from under the very earth. Massive plague worms broke the surface around the meat wagon and began devouring the still aflame bodies. More crocodiles waddled in from the surrounding vegetation, following the scent of Kursk's blood trail. As the gigantic plague worms finished their banquet and tunneled back underground, Kursk continued to drag his single-legged carcass away from the approaching crocodiles. Before the party could help the poor boy, a familiar sight reappeared behind them. The vengeful, one-eyed crocodile. A torrent of arrows flew towards the beast, but only managed to pierce Frankie, who had been hiding in the bush next to it. Alarmed and desperate, Frankie once again turned to the fire staff for help, setting a significant portion of the swampland ablaze. As the one-eyed crocodile fled the burning scene, and Stu, Frankie and Igneous leapt for the nearest puddle to put themselves out, it seemed everyone had forgotten about the other crocodiles. Stu found herself grabbed by the leg and spun round and round, breaking her leg in the massive beast's maw, before arrows from Whispers finally freed her. Regrouping together in a large, muddy puddle, the party agreed to be more careful in future. But as they crossed the swamp, they came face to face with one of the gigantic Ettins. Deciding that quick wit could save them, the party informed the Ettin that they should be allowed safe passage, and in return, on their way back, they would bring the creature ice cream. The rather dense Ettin agreed this was a fantastic plan before quizzing the party on a grumpy-looking crocodile that was pursuing them. Leaving the Ettin to deal with the cuddly crocodile, the party came across a group of crow hags who spoke of blessings from blood. Informing them that there was a ravine full of free blood, the hags quickly left to investigate, leaving the party alone with an altar. An altar which whispered to Frankie that he was cursed.
And lo, the story continues. So, last week, after chasing away the crow hags from the artifact and Frankie getting cursed, you continued along the road following the remnants of the prison cart wagon that you were following with all the Ettins. Eventually it rolls into what seems to be another abandoned town, which is another desolate ruin, and as it pulls up you sort of all follow and hide amongst a ruin in the background as you watch these prisoners get led out of the cart and into one of the other ruins. What do you do?
Is there any back way into the place where they're leading the people?
You're just basically like in a ruined building, and all around you seems to be ruined buildings. You don't really know where they're taking them because it doesn't seem to have any even remote settlements. It's just everywhere looks like it's been put to the torch.
Okay. Well, guys, do you think we should perhaps follow them and see if we can rescue all those humans?
I think we need to do it quiet, don't make any ruckus or set fire to anything, or...
Yeah, well, I mean, Frankie's
not before we went. Well, yeah, that's true.
So it's cool.
Yeah.
Just as long as I still get my cornetto by the end of the day.
Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll sort out your cornetto. It's top of my list.
Well,
What is your storyline reason for Frankie not being here?
well, he's being chased by crocodile, isn't he?
Yes, so he's just running away from the crocodile again.
Yep.
Just taking a lap.
Yeah, taking a lap through the swamps and just
Deliberately drawing them away from us.
yeah.
Sounds about right. Okay. At this point, you notice something glint. Can everyone roll me a d20 and add awareness, please? I see Kursk is aware as ever.
Good start there, Kursk.
Absolutely. +2, so it is a mighty 3.
So, Igneous noticed something glint off to the side, and when he turns to look at it, he notices a rat with a very large finger in its mouth, which is wearing a very obvious silver ring. What do you do?
Ooh,
How close is it? Is it right in front of me? Or
It's about, let's say, about 3 meters away.
3 meters? Do you reckon I could dive and grab it?
You could try if you want.
I'm gonna try and do it.
15. You dive and grab the rat. It squeaks and drops the finger.
I go, Mr. Rat, you better be quiet. Don't want to give away the position. Before I realise what I'm saying and just throw the rat aside.
Okay, at this point, another rat appears and grabs the finger, and two of them start having a fight over it.
I assumed I grabbed the finger rat, it was in my other hand.
Alright, okay. But yeah, there's two rats currently fighting over the sort of blood trail left by the finger.
Okay, so maybe let's head out of here before come more rats and draw attention to us, guys.
Well, it's just rats.
Well,
Rats are everywhere.
Maybe take the ring and give them the finger back.
Yeah, that's a good plan, that. So take the ring off. Hang on, I want to look at the finger. Does it look... What does the finger look like?
It
Does
looks sort of short and pudgy, kind of dwarf-like.
Okay, so no like long painted nails or anything like that.
No, it looks like a dwarf nail. The ring looks very dwarvish, and the finger itself attached looks very dwarvish as well.
Real salt of the earth type finger. Yeah. That was a hard day's work.
You caress it softly in your hand, yes.
That's a taste of home right there. I take
Put the finger in your pocket and throw the ring away.
yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. I take the ring off the finger. Just I put it in a pouch on my belt and then throw the ring to Kursk. Take a look at that.
Is there any magic or anything radiating from the ring?
Not radiating from the ring, no.
maybe we should do an Arcana check on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Does anyone know magic? It's not really one of my strengths.
Well, Frankie does.
Yeah. I don't have any Arcana either, so.
We really are team hit things and shoot things, aren't we?
Yeah.
Theory behind it anyway, rather than the actual practice.
Yeah, give it a go.
Yep. It doesn't have magic as such, as it has a sort of... It's one of those like rings that has a sort of like connection with like other pieces of jewelry. So you can feel that it's trying to connect another... It's within range of another piece of jewelry that's equally heirloom kind of thing.
Part of a magic
piece.
set.
It's part of the set. And
Cool.
find the rest of the set with this one.
Yes.
Got to get that set bonus.
Can we
Yeah.
hang it on a piece of string like a lodestone?
Can if you want.
Or try and... Oh, I thought you meant like try and attract a bunch more rats that are hopefully also carrying jewelry.
Well, that's one way to see it, Igneous.
Maybe we should just be looking for a body, to be honest.
Yeah. Maybe you stick to your rocks and we'll figure it out.
Maybe you mind your own business.
So, what are you doing? Are you going to follow the blood trail? Are you going to look around to find where the rats have came from? Are you going to... What are you going to do?
I think
I
we should
work out
probably
which
follow
way
them.
this ring wants to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
You sort of vaguely follow the arcana from the ring, and eventually you come into a rune that has a set of stairs leading down. It's the same direction as the blood trail. So it's a very light blood trail coming up the stairs and then scattering in several directions as if there were 2 or 3 items. Well,
There's
2 or
never
3 bleeding
anything
items.
bad in a basement with a blood trail coming out. I think we should just march straight down there.
Yeah, I love a basement. Good to be enclosed on all sides.
Yeah. I'll take the lead.
Alright.
Let's say that Igneous perhaps goes last because I don't want to be shot in the back of my head.
No matter how far back I go, you're still going to get shot in the back of the head. I mean, you go right ahead.
Well, sorry, you're mumbling there. I can't hear you really good, but okay.
I said, it doesn't matter how far back I go, I'm still be thinking of being back home in my bed.
Oh yeah. We are all thinking about that. Except not in your bed though, but no.
But I hope not.
Speak for yourself.
I give Kursk a wink.
Winks back.
God.
We have fun.
Love is in the air.
So you descend down the stairs and you notice that this very thin blood trail is coming along this very long corridor with there's grooves cut on each side of the wall.
Does the ring still tell us to go that way?
There's only one direction you can go, and the ring seems to sort of pulse us in to go forward.
Okay.
How high up the walls is this groove?
The groove seems to be about knee height, and then there's another one about neck height.
I'd like to
I'm
check for some
getting
tracks.
still blades here.
Yeah, same here. Or should we just skip checking for traps and just crawl? Yeah, I'm gonna crawl.
Remember,
Okay.
the penitent man will pass.
Or eel my way on the ground, below the...
Roll to eel your way along the ground. Yep, you eel your way to the other end of the corridor. What is everyone else doing?
I want to go back upstairs, grab a stick, and throw it along the corridor
Okay.
to see what
I
happens.
think Kursk will back off while he's doing that. To before where the grooves start, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So you've got a stick. Roll to throw it.
This can only go well.
You throw the stick. It lands on the ground about 4 meters ahead of you. Nothing happens.
Alright. I think we're good. At least for those 4 meters.
Well, after you, Mr. Igneous.
Alright.
Stu is looking on with a gleeful joy now, and it's like, let's see what's gonna happen here. Yeah.
Alright, okay. Are you walking forward those 4 meters?
No, I'm going to crawl along the ground. I'm not an idiot.
Okay. Add your engineering and roll to eel along the ground. Yep. You eel along the ground next to Stu.
I think Kursk just turns to Whispers and goes, I think it's a case of monkey see, monkey do, and does the same.
Okay, roll.
I'm seeing a chopped off butt in the future.
Yep. All 3 of you have reached the other edge of the corridor.
Yeah, my turn. I'm making sure my tail is not sticking up.
Tail between the legs,
Roll.
Mm.
Yep, you're fine. You get to the end of the corridor and nothing else happens. You open the door, and the room ahead of you is covered in dried blood. And again, there's grooves at the knee and the neck height. What do you do?
How many exits are there?
There's just one where you are and one at the other end of the corridor.
Alrighty then. Since this is going to go badly to hell, I'm just gonna go with the crawling again.
We'll flip.
Alright, go. You hear the sound of whirring.
Oh, hit the deck.
I'm just really laying really flat and still when I heard the whirring sound.
Nothing happens, but there's a constant sound of whirring like something's speeding up.
Okay, I'll just hurry along to the other side then.
I think Kursk's going to follow along, eeling as well. Or taking the lead from Stu.
Okay, roll. The whirring gets faster, but you get across safely.
Well,
It's okay, there's nothing to worry about. I'd just walk if I were you.
Yeah, or run like hell.
Now, I don't like the sound of this whirring, so
Don't
I think I'll
worry
just
about it.
Oh, well, that's terrible.
I'm sure it's just a rock polishing machine sort of setting up.
Look, I'm a geologist and I know a rock polishing machine when I hear one. And it's a much higher whining noise. This is... You ain't got the right timbre, if that's... if you know what I mean.
It's just getting up to speed though, it's only just started.
I think I'll trust my instincts and also sort of serpentine on the floor.
Yep, you get across fine. It just leaves whispers.
I shall creep along the floor as well.
Alright, roll. You get to the other end fine, and you open the door. The next room, unlike the last rooms that have had very stable floor, this one's got sort of like hexagonal tiles all the way along, and there seems to be nothing else, though there is a single groove along the middle of the ceiling.
Okay, I think that I'm going to not crawl this time, but can I move really close to the wall when moving over?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything on the tiles? Like, are they engraved with anything, or...
A pattern.
They just seem to be a sort of oddly light pink colour.
Ooh, pink.
The sort of colour you get if you wash blood off concrete.
Oh, I
Yeah.
like a bit of
That kind of
terracotta.
colour.
So I'm just gonna edge along, not to be in the groove's way. Sort of.
How Stu
I
got
mean,
his,
I like my groove,
back.
but not that kind of groove.
Right, okay. Roll. Yep, you get across fine, it's no problem.
Curse going to continue following the example of Stu.
Okay, roll. Again, fine, no problem.
Okay, I'm going to do it, and I'm going to make sure, just for safety's sake, I'm not going to stand on the same tiles that they did. But I'm basically going to make the same move.
Alright. Yep, you get across fine, no problem.
This is gonna be hell when we
My
get
turn.
out.
Yes, I'm making sure I'm not underneath the groove.
You get across fine, although once you get across, you hear the sound of mechanism followed by a sort of jammed sound.
Like jam.
Yeah. It's got a
Water
nice
begin-
groove. This jam got a nice groove.
Water begins to pour from the groove in the ceiling.
Oh, let's hope there's not anything like rice or something here.
Is
Later
it like a torrent, or is it just like kind of just dripping like something?
It's when you've got like a balloon and it pops and then the water starts to run out of it.
I don't normally fill balloons with water.
No, me neither. Unless I throw them at people.
Well, you never know then.
All right, fair enough.
It's a well-known measurement of water.
One balloon's worth, yeah.
Yeah.
Burst
Ever
balloon.
been to that bar that sells always drinking balloons?
Give me a balloon and a half of scotch. Having a hard night tonight.
Careful.
Yeah, that's a lot of scotch.
Oh god.
Depending on the balloon.
You open the next door and it's like the corridor is now like 3 corridors wide, but there's like small grooves running every about third. So it looks like there's like 3 corridors all meshed together. Like the corridor's really wide, but there's very obvious grooves. They're dividing what should be the same length as the corridor's been before.
I want to summon.
These are on the ceiling again, sorry.
No, these are on the floor.
walls. On the floor. Okay.
I want to summon my floating rock companion.
Mm-hmm.
And just say, all right, Chris, this one looks a little bit hairy, so I want you to just float all the way along. You'll be fine.
Okay.
We'll meet you at that far door.
Where are you getting to float?
I want him to do like a sort of S pattern along the corridor, trying to go over as many different things as possible.
Okay. You roll. As he says his first S pattern, what looks like a gigantic scything blade shoots through the floor,
I thought
slashes
much.
through Chris, slicing him cleanly in 2.
Well,
So the grooves are like, so we have to pass over them, not the length of the corridor.
no, don't pass over the groove.
No, that's what I thought, but that's the way. So it's a long corridor, but the grooves are going not parallel the way we're going, but the other way. So we have to
Yep.
go over them. Yeah. I would like to check for traps, see if I can find any mechanisms anywhere to stop these slides.
I was going to say,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's traps here.
Okay. Okay. You realise that there is some sort of sensor over the sort of groove itself, and it seems that it reacts to pressure and then pressure being released from one of the tiles as well.
Okay. So we need something heavy we can set on this plate here, and then we can all go over and we don't release the weight from the tile. Then we should probably be able to pass safely over it.
We still got that scythe.
I don't think so. I think
Oh.
Frankie was carrying that, or
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know.
We
Or
could just
he
use that as a
whispers.
Is it big enough to jump over? How wide?
The groove is maybe about 10 centimeters thick. That's
So
quite a
it's-
And
thick
what? Sorry, I
blade.
meant the actual tile as well.
Well, the actual the tiles are about your standard, maybe 40-50 centimeters wide.
But is it only one tile that so we can go?
There's like 3 tiles next to each other,
Okay.
and each of them sort of have. So it's like 3 sections.
Okay, but we could jump over them, both the tile and the gap at the same
Yeah,
time.
you could jump over if you wanted.
Well, I'll jump over it then.
Alright, roll. A scything blade spins from the floor. Doesn't hit you. Somehow you manage to use your immense high jump skill to avoid it.
Okay, guys, it's
Incidentally,
not
is
safe.
AJ doing anything to the sort of split remnants of Chris that are lying on the ground?
Well, yeah, I want to pick him up without crossing over the groove, obviously, if that's possible.
Okay.
Well, guys, you could just make one of you stand on the tile while the other two jumps over, and then just one person have to sort of
Stay there forever.
risk their lives. But I mean,
I'll do that, but I want another cornetto from you, Mr. Igneous. And
Yeah, all right.
I'd stand on the tile, but make sure I'm not sort of over the hole in the ground.
well, the scythe only comes when you release the plate. So if you just stand on it, you're safe.
Okay. Yeah, Kursk will go do that.
Okay. So you're standing on the plate at the moment, so what's everyone else doing?
Can I go round the groove, or is it going across the whole?
It's going across the floor.
Okay. Well, while he's standing on it, I'm going to real quickly jump over it.
Okay. Yep. As long as you didn't roll abysmal, you're fine. So yeah, it's no problem.
Yep, I'm going to hop over as well.
Okay. Roll. You're both fine?
Should we check if there's it should be another pressure plate on the other side, right?
Well, when you get over the first one, there's one plate that looks like that shares between this groove and the next groove.
Okay.
So
Maybe
if
we
someone
should-
stands on that one and Kursk
Yeah.
steps backwards.
How many grooves
and
were
then-
there total?
I'm definitely stepping backwards.
3
first,
grooves
that's
in
for
total.
sure.
3 grooves in total. Okay, but I was thinking like there should be like tiles on the way back. If you want to go the other way, that should be as well be pressured. Could we just check and see? Because I guess that the plate goes down when you step on it.
When you step on any of the 3 plates
Yeah.
between either groove, you feel them slightly go down.
Yeah. So could I check that on the other side of the groove that we're now on?
Yep.
Where currently, if there's a sensitive plate right next to it on my side of the groove,
Okay.
just try to see if I sink down, because then maybe it will not trigger
Okay.
and Kursk can go over.
Okay. When you step on any of the 3 you're on, they all moved out, and there's a very tiny, tiny click. It doesn't matter which 3 you're on, just all of them click.
Okay, but there's a set of 3 on both sides of the groove.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I will just stand really carefully on our side in the middle to pressure the plate, and then tell Kursk to move away from his and see if there will be a scythe coming.
Okay.
Kursk steps back away from the groove.
Okay. So nothing happens as you step back. What do you do now?
Okay.
I'll try and jump
I'm
across
good.
as well.
I'm going
Yeah,
to
you
jump across the next groove.
Okay. So Kursk roll first. Kursk gets across fine. Whispers roll. A blade spins from the ground. It doesn't hit you.
Okay.
So
So
Whispers is on
Whispers-
the third platform, third stage.
Whispers,
The
could you
rest of
please
you are on the
step?
second stage.
Yes, Whispers, could you please step on the tile next to the second groove then, so we can pass safely over it?
Yep, I can do that.
Kursk will step up and see if there's a tile this size of the second groove.
Well, you don't have to Kursk because she's probably on the both sides of the grooves all the way. So if Whispers
I
is
thought
standing...
it was because we were standing on both of them at the same time.
No, it was just one of the sides is enough, I think.
Okay.
The burst just when Whispers jumped over, there was no one standing on the pressure plate where she was jumping over, so...
Okay. If you're jumping over there, roll. Spinning blade comes from the ground. Doesn't hit you.
Even though Whispers is standing on it?
Yep.
Okay.
Kursk's going to do what he was thinking of before and see if there is another tile this side of the second groove to stand on as well, if it'll click.
Yep, there is.
He'll do that then.
Okay, it makes an audible click.
I think it's safer now, Mr. Igneous.
Well, let's hope so. And I'm going to try and jump across.
Yep. Yep, you're fine.
Oh, good.
And then Kursk's going to step back, being careful not to step all the way back onto the first groove and then jump across.
Alright, roll. A spinning blade launches. Hits you.
Awesome.
You made it to
Number
2 episodes.
3, which is the left arm. 14. Minor loss. It slices one of your fingers off.
Smashed right fingers and missing left fingers. That's fine.
Yeah. You don't
I'll go
really like
back,
your
right?
digits, though.
True.
So now there's only one groove left, right?
Yep.
Stu is just gonna go step on the next clicking thingy on this side of the last one.
Okay, so you're now
And
standing
someone-
on that. What's
Yeah,
happening?
somebody jump over to the other side and step on the other side and see if it...
I've already lost a finger. I might as well do it.
Good on you.
Yeah, I like your style, Kursk.
Yep. Crossfine, no problem.
And then I'll stand on the tile on the opposite side.
Look at it this way. You'll save some money by only having to buy fingerless gloves.
As long as I can still hold my cornetos at the end of the day, that's all I'm really worried about.
It's fine. We'll make you like a stand for them.
Yes.
Honestly, the way this is going, it's going to turn into a Viennetta, I'm not going to lie to you.
Don't push your luck.
We're probably gonna have to feed you, but that's okay as well. We'll do that.
Okay, I'll jump over next.
Yep, you're fine.
Go Whispers.
Yeah, jump across.
Yep.
And I'll just move back a little bit, and then I'll jump across as well.
Okay, roll.
It was nice knowing you guys.
No, you're fine. So the door is just right next to you now, so you can just open the door if you want.
Let's open it really easily, like slowly.
Yeah, let's not make it too hard.
So you open the door, and ahead of you is a more open planned room with stairs coming down to where you are now, and a door in front of you.
Any grooves in the floor?
Nope.
Or the ceiling or the walls.
Nope. There are no grooves in this room.
Are there any
do it.
scrape marks on the walls or the ceiling or the floor?
Nope. There is a trail of blood coming from the stairs down and into the room ahead of you.
Cool. So, are the stairs leading down, or are they leading up?
They were leading up.
Okay. So, guys, do you think we should go for the door first, or the stairs?
Well, follow the blood trail.
Or Whispers, where does your Arcana tell you to go? And sort of hands the ring back.
It tells you that straight ahead.
All right. Let's go through the door then. Really, really gently this time. Sorry, Igneous, for blocking you there.
It's fine.
I still can't believe that I'm actually going ahead before you, but
Believe it. You've done it in every other room.
yes.
So you open the door, and immediately the smell of kind of potions and sort of laboratory stuff hits you. Inside there is a cauldron to your left, which is bubbling. There's some weird green liquid. Straight ahead of you there is the sight of what looks like 2 or 3 collapsed bodies, half dissolved by some sort of liquid. There's some broken glass, and to the back sort of wall there is a wall containing what looks like hundreds and hundreds of sort of glass vials. There is a locked cupboard. There's a rug on the floor, and to the right there is a gigantic cage with what looks like a very angry looking monkey in it.
Is the rug tasteful?
No. It's half dissolved.
It's a shame.
It looks like it's seen far better days.
Really tied the room together.
Are we going for the Feng Shui now again? Yes. Love that. Whispers. Where does the ring tell you to go?
Is it pointing in any particular direction from here?
The ring is telling you the 2 corpses that are sort of lying on the ground in the heap, which is next to the monkey.
Alright. Let's keep a close eye on the monkey, guys, and then try to check the corpses then for some...
Just stay out of
Should I
range.
try and pull it out of the range of the monkey first?
As you walk into the room, the monkey seems immediately angered that you're there and starts trying to grab bones to throw at you.
At least he's not throwing shit.
Does anyone want to just shoot it in the head so it's not a problem?
Well, I don't think that shooting Simians are really nice, so let's
Yeah,
just
we don't
let
want
it be alive for now, yeah.
Never said it was nice, I said it was safe.
Unless we're planning on taking it with us, shooting it would kind of be a mercy kill. 'Cause it's going to
Look,
start
if you want to
death
shoot a
in the
monkey
cage otherwise.
Whispers, you go right ahead.
Well, are we going to take it with us, or are we going to leave it to starve to death when we leave?
I'm thinking that we should take it with us, but that's only my opinion.
I don't think it's going to starve to death because there's probably somebody in there who's been feeding it.
There probably was someone in there who was
It's probably upstairs. This
Might
might
be.
be
There could
cauldron
be
bubbling
bodies
away.
on the floor.
Yeah, do the bodies have teeth marks in them?
The bodies are just in a crumbled heap at the moment, but you can tell there's lots of broken glass around them.
How fresh do they look?
There's still a sort of slight smell of blood in the air, so maybe the last 24 hours.
The cauldron's bubbling. Somebody's here. Either that or
Yes.
they're slow cooking a roast.
Probably someone's here, unless they sort of died recently.
Well, in which case they'll be pretty pissed off with us if we kill their monkey.
Yeah, I don't think we should kill it. I think we should take it with us. I think the monkey is a clue. Yeah. I
Was
think
it a
it's
clue
just,
to?
I think it's just angry because it's in a cage. But I mean, I think we should find the jewelry first and then release the monkey.
And I think that Curse sort of tries to sort of hook one of the bodies with his hammer at the longest range possible and pull it away from the cage.
You could, yep. Roll. You hook the edge of one of the corpses and drag it towards you. It begins to sort of break apart the further you pull it away, but you do end up with like a leg and a half and a set of trousers.
Search the pockets.
Okay.
Can we use that leg to replace Kursk's leg?
I think we got that off another body last episode, I think.
If you want like bleeding remnants of an old leg, then maybe.
I'll build
I
it.
roll to search the pockets.
Yep. There's not really much in the pockets at all. You sort of look through them, you find a small green vial with sort of swirling mists inside it.
Hand it to Whispers. I still don't know what these are.
Don't open that. Don't open that.
I'm not
Yes.
planning to.
Thank you. Thank you, Whispers.
I'll give it to Frankie when we find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes engine. Hang on, let me start again. Yeah, he likes energy drinks like that.
Mountain Dew.
Stu
We just need to find some Doritos now.
is just gonna search the 2 corpses lying there. What's left of them?
The corpses, there's like one half dissolved torso. There's one other full body as well. And as you've pulled that leg away, you notice that there seems to be a set of keys, but it's right underneath like the foot of the monkey.
Okay, so guys, what do you say we release the monkey and then grab the keys?
I don't think we should leave the monkey out of the cage. I don't know why you want to release the monkey.
The monkey picks up a bone and starts waving it at you all.
Look at him, he's fucking pissed off. You want to let that out, he'll rip your dick off.
Well,
He'll
he
go-
might be
he'll rip your
pissed off
face off.
because it's in the cage. You would be pissed off if you were in a cage as well.
Yeah, but I wouldn't immediately stop being pissed off the second the cage is open.
Why?
I
Why
mean,
not?
He's clearly pissed at people.
No,
He'd
I
probably
think
make
it's
a monkey
just,
see a reason.
I think he's just probably pissed at the guy that put him in the cage. So
All
we
right,
might
well,
be
I'll go
his
back in the
saviors.
next. I'll go back in the next room. Shut the door. You feel free to open that cage.
And that sounds like a deal.
All right.
Anyone who wants,
I go back in the other room.
anyone who wants to join Igneous before I let the monkey out is free to do so. And
Curse is going to join Igneous as well.
if you hear screamings from inside of here, you can just do whatever you want to.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I
going
will.
to be getting away out of the monkey's way as well.
Yeah, I go back to the previous chamber and close the door.
So who's going with Igneous and who's not?
I think they're all going with Igneous. It's just me left. So
Right, okay. So, are you going to walk over, pick up the keys and open the cage?
yes.
Okay.
Just want to make it clear I closed the door behind us.
Okay, roll to see the reaction of the monkey when you open the cage. Natural 20. The monkey's completely happy that you open the cage. And it starts
hey there,
hugging
little
you. It's about
monkey.
the same size as you.
Oh, hey there, little monkey. Nice to have to let you out here. Wanna join us on our adventures? Yeah, of course you do. You're such a sweet little monkey. Nice.
It's literally the
it's
same size as you.
Yes, but animals don't know size, so I can say it's a little monkey. Guys, you can come in now if you want to. The monkey is safe and sound. And so am I.
I don't know if I believe that.
Oh, well,
Monkey is very
I'm just
angry
gonna...
when it sees
Yeah.
other people coming in.
Okay, guys, stay out of the room. I'll search the room with the monkey. And you can stay out there. He's not people-friendly. He just
All right.
loves me. So I'll search the room for the... Well, to see if I find any nice jewelry on the bodies then.
Okay, roll.
I drink cider.
You find nothing on the body. You do find that there is a locked cabinet at the back of the room, and you do notice that there's something bubbling in the cauldron. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna tip over the cauldron.
Okay,
Away from me, of course.
okay.
Do you want me to roll for that?
No, no.
No?
So
You can get
you
your
push over
monkey
the
friend to help
cauldron,
you.
and let's see what happens. You push over the cauldron, and the floor begins to dissolve under what's there. You notice that what was in the cauldron seems to be like a large chunk of meat on a skewer, but it seems to have been cooked in some kind of acid, because the acid is melting through the floor. The
Okay.
ground begins to rumble under your feet.
But there's no sign of any jewelry there.
No.
Okay, so can I go over to the locked cupboard with the keys and see if any of them fit?
You open the cupboard, fine. It's full of like hundreds and hundreds of those vials, like the green mists one you just found.
Yep. Can I spot if there's a jewelry thingy lying there anywhere?
There was no jewelry there.
Okay. I'm going to shout out to the guys on the other side of the door. Whispers! Is the ring telling you to still go into the room?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep, still pointing the same way as before. Have you checked the corpses, Darren?
It does move slightly around the room, but it is in the same direction.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been moving slightly. Check the monkey.
I'm thinking that maybe the monkey has it. Sort of eaten it, perhaps. I'm gonna check the monkey, the exterior of the monkey. I mean, this is a really huggable monkey. I'm just gonna hug it and just, yeah,
I'm now
Is the monkey
expecting this to
wearing a
have
collar?
a magical Prince Albert.
Whatever you do, don't spank the monkey.
I'm not going to spank the monkey.
Good to hear.
You check the monkey and you find that deep underneath his fur there is indeed an amulet.
Is it hanging around its neck?
Yes.
Okay. I will then...
At this point, you see the floor beneath where the cauldron was, 2 enormous plague worms rise from the ground, like the ones that ate the corpses that you were around before.
Ooh, nice. I'm just gonna quickly remove the amulet from the monkey, in a loving way, like a hugging, loving way, because the monkey loves me. So it
The
doesn't
monkey
really notice.
starts going basically apeshit at the fact the plague worms are there and starts trying to grab anything it can to throw at it. It starts
Yes.
grabbing vials from the cupboard and throwing them at it. As the vials smash, creatures start coming into the world, like sort of fire imps and like contained spiders and rat swarms and just loads of crazy weird shit.
I'm quite glad you closed this door at the moment, Igneous. It does not sound good in there.
I told you that monkey would turn on him. Didn't I tell you?
You did.
Okay.
Just can't trust apes.
Give it
I
10
just-
minutes, we'll go get over here.
I'm just gonna go for the amulet and then out the door.
Okay, so you run out the door. Are you shutting it behind you?
Of course. I do have the amulet now, right?
You have the amulet, yes. As the
Yes.
sound
And
of...
we're closing the door. Yes,
Okay.
we are.
For about the next half an hour, the sound of absolute bedlam comes from behind the door, complete with screeching, howling, squeaking, and sort of knomping as things basically keep getting consumed and destroyed by the monkey. After, as I said, about half an hour, everything begins to die down, and one of you gingerly opens the door to find that the entire room has just been completely incinerated by a quite large sort of elemental infernal who has burned everything, including through the trapdoor on the floor.
Is he still there?
I'm trying to
Yes,
think
he's
of a
still
joke.
there and he's still pretty angry. The sort of charred corpse of the monkey lies in the corner.
Oh, Stu is slowly, shedding a small tear for the monkey friend.
Where's
It would have been much easier if we just shot it in the head in the first place.
Well, of course it would have been, but I mean, you didn't make the connection I did.
Or did you mean like a mental connection or like a love connection?
A mental connection, of course.
Checking.
Yeah. But you wouldn't know love if it hit you in the face, Igneous. You just made of rocks.
You're making a lot of racist assumptions about dwarfs there.
No, it's not because you're a dwarf. It's because you're a geomancer. Or a geromancer, perhaps. Maybe it's more adequate.
What does that even mean?
I think
Oh, wait.
he's trying to say that you get your rocks off with rocks.
Trying to mock
Yes.
your gyro.
I'll have you know, I am a sensitive and caring lover.
Where's the link from the ring pointing to now?
It's pointing to the amulet that Stu has.
Okay. Can we check if these two items together point anywhere else?
They point through the floor.
Through the trapdoor then, I guess. Yeah.
But currently in that room there's this massive flame elemental that looks quite angry.
So guys, do you think we should try to kill the fire elemental in there?
You go right ahead.
And go through the trapdoor? Or should we just leave the third piece of jewelry behind?
Where did the elemental come from?
Probably the monkey throwing those vials around, I think.
So, should we throw the fire we've got in the room and shut the door and see if something comes out to defeat the elemental?
Oh,
Can't make it any worse than it already is.
That's true.
gonna
I
do
wouldn't.
that.
I wouldn't really try that, but I'll be just behind the wall, behind the door.
Oh, yeah, we're just gonna open the door a crack, lob the violin so it breaks on the floor, and then shut the door again.
Go for it.
Oh,
Okay. So you open the door, you chuck the violin and shut the door. There's a massive whoosh sound, and there is the sound like a small kaiju battle for the next about 5 minutes.
Man, I bet that looks really cool.
As the 5 minutes ends, you open the door, and there's a sound of nothing, and there's literally nothing moving inside.
Good shout, Whispers.
yes.
I don't know what I actually summoned then, but it seemed to have worked.
Yes. Lucky us.
As
Let's
you,
head down the trapdoor.
as you walk around the room, from the sort of ruins of everything else, effectively, a small, like, hand starts crawling towards you.
Is there anyone else than me that get like a Adam's Family vibe now?
Human-looking hand, or
Does it look like a monkey hand? Or...
It's like a monkey.
It's basically a monkey hand, yes. You have a reanimated monkey hand moving towards you.
step away from the monkey paw.
Stu,
Yeah.
you said you had a connection with that thing. Maybe you should deal with that.
Nope. I'm going down the trapdoor.
Okay.
You can't just adopt a monkey and then abandon it the second it becomes dismembered.
But it was dead though, so it wasn't just dismembered. It was really, really dead.
Look at it. It's still moving.
You can take care of that hand if you want to. I'm not going to give you a hand though.
I don't want to. I want you to.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm going down the trapdoor. Have fun.
As you all head down the trapdoor, this dismembered hand just keeps dragging itself after you.
Ooh. We have another nice creature following us everywhere we go.
It's the same creature.
Both crocodile and the hand. This is nice.
We'll end up with the hand riding the alligator, won't we?
Yep.
Well, I kind of feel sorry for it. So I'm going to go back and pick it up and see what it does. Just hold it in my own hand.
It points towards Stu.
See, I told you had a connection. It wants you.
Well, just give it to me then. I'll lay it right on my shoulder.
Hand it over.
And I'll put it on my
So-
shoulder.
It sort of sits on your shoulder looking very strange, just gripping onto your shoulder. You can't tell whether it's trying to be aggressive or not.
I pat it gently.
So you have a dismembered hand that's a companion.
Yes. I love my familiars being sort of just parts of limbs. But I mean, it's got more digits than Kursk, so.
Oi.
Okay, so in front of you there is this massive, looks like store cupboard. It contains like, food and grain and all this stuff that, you would expect from a store cupboard. And the opposite side of the room there is what looks like a very thick, heavy wooden door.
So this is where we ask Whispers which way the amulet and ring is pointing us then.
Well, no, we should probably go through the store cupboard first.
Why?
Well, been a while. Might be hungry. There might be stuff in there.
If there's ever a chance of ice cream, I'll be searching
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Help yourself,
go
help
through,
yourself guys. Just,
I want to go through the store cupboard looking for anything that catches my eye.
Okay. You find that there is a bizarre amount of honey.
Pocket a couple of jars of it.
Okay.
Like a bit of honey.
Anyone else looking through it, or are you just going to move to the next door?
I'm just gonna ignore it.
I'm just going to have looked over Igneous's shoulder.
You never know when we're going to run into bears.
Yeah.
We just met a monkey in the swamp. Don't laugh at me.
I'm just, don't start me on the bear puns.
All right,
No.
I won't.
So, there is one massive wooden door. What do you want to do?
Can we open it gently?
You open the door tenderly, and inside there is what looks like a long corridor, but to the left and to the right there are two Ettins guarding what looks like cells.
Ooh, so this is where they are, guys. Are there any grooves in the walls?
Yes, there are grooves at what looks like waist height, both sides of the wall.
That's before the Ettins, I take it.
Yep, the Ettins are sort of alcove effectively on the left and the right.
Okay, so maybe, guys, we should try to... I know, we're probably gonna have to kill the Ettins anyways.
Use them as sacrificial items kind of makes sense.
So, what are you doing then?
I mean, they are at shouting distance, right?
You can always shoot one and make them charge us.
Yeah, that will do.
Alright.
Yeah.
I
So
shall shoot.
roll to shoot the Etin. Yep, you shoot the Etin through the shoulder. It emits a brrrr and starts like hulking towards you. Your second shot. Natural 1.
It had to happen sooner or later.
Let's see. Do you hit yourself or others? If it's below 10, you hit yourself. You hit yourself. So your bow misfires. What does it hit? 13. 13 is the right arm. 19. Your bow misfires and you break your right arm.
Oof.
That's a hefty misfire.
Yeah.
Yep. Didn't have the stock properly braced against my shoulder, clearly. Time to sort of stick my tongue out at the Etin and dart back up the corridor. They can follow me.
Yeah, with your arm hanging loosely at your side. Okay, so the Etin charges through the door. The other Etin seems to sort of like look as in he's not sure why the other Etin is charging off. So you have one turn before the other Etin is aware of your presence. What do you do? Starting with Igneous.
Well, I want to shoot him.
Alright, roll. Natural 3. Does it hit you or does it hit someone else? It hits someone else. I think we've been here before, but who does Igneous shoot?
It's been nice knowing you guys.
Right, first one is Kursk, second one is Stu. It's the second one, it's Stu.
Look, I told you this was going to happen.
The level of foreshadowing of this podcast is hilarious. Number 6. Left leg. 10. It's lost, isn't it? You manage to shoot Stu through the left leg. It slices clean through the knee again, causing the tendons to tear, rip. The exact same thing you did to Kursk last week.
Just getting my eye in last week.
If it wasn't already missing a leg myself, I'd be quite impressed that you could shoot them off with a bow and arrow.
Run for it, Stu. Okay, I will
It's your
take my
second shot,
I'm going
Igneous.
to take my second shot.
Oh, shit.
17, you hit the Etin.
Yay.
Do you kill it? No, you don't kill it. But you just shoot it through the chest, it just howls very angrily. It's now Kursk.
Kursk has no ranged weapons. He's just going to stand there with his hammers waiting for anything to get close enough to hit. He's not moving up the corridor.
Do you want to throw one of these honey jars?
He's just like, oh, might as well, can't do any harm.
Okay,
Yeah. We're going for the mighty tactics now.
6. The honey smashes on the ground between you and the Etin. Nothing happens.
How long before the bears turn up?
Anywhere between 5 minutes and 3.5 years.
They're reliable.
Looks a bit
they're-
crestfallen.
It depends how quickly it takes them to figure out those traps we got through earlier.
It's now Stu.
I'm feeling really inclined to just aim my crossbow at the face of Igneous, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try to fire it at the Etin,
Okay, roll.
lying on the ground in agony.
Yep. Miss. It's now Whispers.
I thought the plan was to sort of lure the Ettins back to the traps, but everyone seems to have stopped them shooting.
Well, I thought the traps were in the room the Ettins were already in, and we were just kind of stood in the doorway, so I assumed they were going to run into the traps before they got to us, but
That's correct, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, that's
the traps are between us and them.
Yep.
Yeah, unless the bears get to them first.
yeah.
Right, then I'll just sit here and wait for them to hit the traps, because I can't exactly shoot my crossbow anymore, because my arm hurts too much.
Have you got any, like,
So I'm hiding.
cider or something you can just heal yourself?
I don't want to waste it. I haven't lost a limb yet. The arm is fixable.
Oh no, don't use the magic powder, just like, I don't know. Do what I do, just get drunk to heal yourself. We've all got
Yeah.
heal as our spells.
Or, yeah, I mean, if you have a crossbow, you can always shoot it with one hand. That works.
Yeah, I've got to load it, and that takes both. I'm just going to sit and try and heal up.
Okay. The Etin just sort of shoves its way through the door and doesn't do much else. It's back to Igneous.
Okay, I will keep shooting the one closest.
For fuck's sake. Hit yourself this time.
Yes!
Look, you told me I was incapable of love. You can't be annoyed when I take your leg off.
12. Right arm. 12. Minor loss. You shoot yourself through your thumb.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, if you're really nice, Ignis, you can lend my monkey hand later on if you want to. But yeah, or I might send it to strangle you. I'm not sure yet.
You're a real psycho, you know that, Stu.
Yes, I know.
We don't deal well with psychos in this group.
Understatement of the year.
Can I make my second shot?
Yep. I'm done dying from laughing. Miss.
That's fair. I wasn't looking where I was aiming because I was arguing with Stu.
It's close enough to Kursk that Kursk can swing.
Oh, superb.
Yep. You crack it in the skull. Pretty sure it's dead, but let's check. Yeah, it's dead. You crack it through the skull, it just collapses to the ground, blood oozing everywhere. The one behind it goes and starts slowly making its way towards you.
Maybe that one will set the trap off.
Let's hope so.
I think if Kursk can, he'll just move behind everyone else so he's at less at risk of being shot in the back of the head till the other one gets close by.
That won't save you.
Mr. Wild Guns is like, yeah.
Okay, so now Stu.
Well, I'll just have a crack at the next one with a crossbow.
Okay.
Or is he? No, he's not in range, right?
He's in range. He's because the other one shoved the door open.
Okay.
You can probably hit the other one.
I'll use my big nasty sword then and just try to aim for its tendons.
Nope. So it's now Whispers.
Okay. Are the Ettins still there at all?
There's one Etin. It's far enough away. You need to do a range attack on it.
How is my arm these days?
It's pretty fucked. You could maybe just hold something, but you don't have enough strength to use like a bow or anything with it, unless you're left-handed.
Then I will sit and cast heal again.
You don't have any throwing knives?
It's my right arm and I'm right-handed.
Wow. I don't think it matters though.
I think it does.
The Etin slips on the honey.
Yes!
Does he die? He dies. He literally slips on the honey, like almost flips completely 180, and lands on his neck, really sickling. You hear a sickening crack, and the Etin stops moving, then starts juddering, and then stops moving again.
I think you've actually attracted the ghost of a bear.
Yeah, spectral bears are a terrible nuisance in these parts.
Yeah.
And you didn't want
Appease
me
it
to look
with
in the
more
storeroom.
honey.
They might be bright green as well.
Oh god. Spectral gummy bears.
Yeah. So I'd like to sort of just heal up before we move anywhere else, so I can move sort of.
Your leg is somewhat still attached, but not properly that you can walk on it.
No,
You
I'm
need a
just
crutch of some kind.
Yeah, well, I'm still gonna crawl on the floor beneath the grooves, so I'm not gonna stand up just yet.
Okay. So are you crawling to the sort of front of the cell?
Yep.
Okay. You crawl to the cell and open the door. Inside there are 3 or 4 what looks like people dressed as villager clothing who are very happy to see you. Basically just delighted that you've let them out and just sort of run past you. You walk to the second cell and open the door, and again you release about 4 or 5 sort of villager looking people. And then you turn to the final door, which looks bigger and metal and more terrifying looking, and as you sort of walk toward, you have an ominous sensation that there's something big and scary behind it.
It seems time has run out for this week at least. Join us again next week for more of this tale. These bard's tales were originally told to us around a campfire in a long-forgotten land as Descent Journeys Through the Dark. They were adapted for this podcast by Nikolai Popsky. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. The cast of Plummet are Nikolai, Daniel, Bellery, Amy, AJ, John, Squid, and Ash, with additional content by Dragon. If you would like your own high fantasy dice, then journey to dndice.co.uk and use our name Penance RPG at the checkout for a 5% discount of your order. For what is a hero without shiny loot? As for us, we are but meager bards. If you would care to support our tales, you can buy us a grog or two, or Ko-Fi, as it is known in your parts, at ko-fi.com/penancerpg. If you would like to support us in future efforts, we have a Patreon at patreon.com/penancerpg. Farewell and good night, dear listeners, and remember that time will turn again soon. It's only a game, isn't it?
Apparently how to observe National Marching Band Day is to support your local marching music group by attending their performance, backing their competitions, contributing to their endeavours, and becoming one of the musicians.
Don't forget to smash that like button.
And you've also to use hashtag March4th to share your support on social media. So...
Well,
Clever having it on March the 4th.
yes.
Yep.
I just realized we won't be put on fire this episode.
No, you will.
It's gonna be
Hopefully
strange.
you won't.
Okay, who's got the flint and tinder?
Yeah, well, I think we'll have to make up a little campfire that we can like sort of step in and out of.
Molotov cocktails.
And when you think of Tinder, don't you think of Frankie? Oh god. Anyway, so...